It's inching closer. All of us have been inundated by all of this information. And I wonder, how much do you believe we can believe? In other words, we had heard that the Browns were looking at Sam Darnold. Then we heard the Browns were looking at Josh Allen. Now we hear the Browns are seriously considering Baker Mayfield. How much of any of that do you believe?
I believe the Sam Darnold and the Josh Allen. I don't believe the Baker Mayfield stuff. I think with Sam Darnold, he's the safest quarterback. And the Browns, they have to get the quarterback situation right. So when you look at Darnold, he's the safer of the two between Allen and himself. I think Baker Mayfield will remind Cleveland fans too much of Johnny Manziel, and I know it's not fair to compare them from the off-field stuff, but it's just going to bring up memories of Johnny Manziel. So I don't think you can bring Baker Mayfield into Cleveland, but you can go with Sam Darnold, Josh Allen with his size, his skill sets, the way he can throw that ball. That's intriguing, but the guy only completes like 56% of his passes. So you can't expect the guy who completes 56% of his passes to all of a sudden get into the National Football League and complete at a 65% clip. That doesn't happen often.
Some would say that because the NFL is so pass-happy now, it doesn't make sense to draft a running back like Saquon Barkley so high like the Giants might at number 2. How do you feel about drafting a running back like Barkley that high?
For me, if I was drafted for the Browns at 1, I would take Saquon Barkley.
You would take Saquon number 1 overall?
He is the best player in this draft. And now we have to obviously look at Cleveland's situation because they need a quarterback, and they just screwed it up so much over the years that they have to go quarterback. But all things equal, Saquon Barkley is the best player in this draft, bar none. He is the one guy you look at and say, this guy has Hall of Fame potential. The rest of the guys, you don't look at and say that. If you're the Giants at 2, you're ecstatic that the Browns didn't take him. Now, for the Giants, you're looking at like, man, because there's so many teams that need quarterbacks, maybe you can trade out and still get a Barkley at possibly 5 if Denver wants to come up. But it's a situation where Barkley, because of his skill set, his rare combination of size, speed, all the intangibles that he has, he is worth taking high in this draft.
Well, personally, I think he's going to be available at number 4 for the Browns because I think that Browns, Giants, Jets all go with quarterbacks in the top 3. So I think he's going to be available. But so you don't even think, even with the Browns' problems at QB, you don't even think, even with that it's smart for them to take a quarterback over Saquon. You would still make that pick running back at number 1 for the Browns.
When I look at the reason why I would be okay with them taking a running back number 1 overall, because when you look at the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks, you can make a case for all of them to be the first overall pick. So since you can make that case for 3 or 4 guys to be the number 1 overall pick, you can get one of those guys at 4 and still be okay. You can take I like Josh Rosen. I know that guys. He has personality where not every team is going to mess with. He's very opinionated, but if you just watch the film of Josh Rosen, his accuracy, his footwork, his mechanics, he throws the best ball. We know Josh Allen. He's a potential starter in the league. With Tyrod Taylor being there for the Browns, he doesn't have to start right away. So you can bring him to your team, coach him up, let him sit for a year, and then Sam Darnold will be there too. So those guys, there's not a tremendous amount of separation between all 3 of those guys. So you can get Saquon at 1 and get one of the other quarterbacks, one of those 3 quarterbacks at 4.
London Fletcher joins us here on the show. But in a day and age where quarterback is the most important position on the field by far, don't you have to solve quarterback first? And even if there's only a small grade down from quarterback to quarterback, isn't it the safer bet to make sure you get the quarterback right first and foremost?
The Browns won one game in the last 2 years. They got to get a lot of positions right. fourth vote. This is not a draft where there's a Peyton Manning coming out where you're looking at it like, man, this is the guy we have to, or Andrew Luck. These quarterbacks aren't in that class. So I think, yes, the theory is get the quarterback right. You have to get the quarterback right. They have to take a quarterback at once. This is not this quarterback class doesn't have one of those guys like that. Saquon Barkley is head and shoulders above the rest of the guys. Now the Browns aren't going to draft him, but they're missing. When you didn't win a ball game last year, you go 0-16 and you've won one ball game in the last 2 years. You have multiple needs. Saquon Barkley, you draft him, plug him into your offense. He makes your team exponentially better right away.
Well, I see your point of that, but don't you also feel like the quickest way to become a really good team is by quarterback? I mean, in other words, you could have a great running back and not win anything significantly.
BA, he's not even going to start this year. Whatever quarterback they take, he's not starting this year. Tyrod Taylor's his quarterback. He's the starting quarterback.
Yeah, no, I get that. But, I mean, if you really want to become a championship caliber team, and maybe that's running before you walk, but, I mean, still, if you really want to become a great team, you have to have a great quarterback in this league. But a great running back doesn't necessarily make you a great team.
What I'm saying is you still take a quarterback. You take one at 4. You take your quarterback at 4.
So, in other words, you feel comfortable that all 3 of those quarterbacks that they could get at 4, all of them would be solid?
Yeah, exactly. There's no – you put them in a bag, put each one of their name in a bag, 3 of those guys, pick one, you'll be okay.
So I really like Josh Rosen as well, so we'll wrap up on this. What is it about Rosen that you like, that you consider him to be the best quarterback in the draft?
When you watch the way the ball comes out of his hands, the accuracy, the decision-making, he makes quick decisions, his footwork. It seems like he's always – his mechanics, all those things, he just looks like the best thrower of the football. And I'm watching him with the sound off and not, being distracted with the noise. You hear the outside stuff, off the field stuff, not in the equation. Josh Rosen is the most talented quarterback in this draft. Now, it's the personality stuff that makes teams pause. But if you're okay and comfortable with his personality, you're going to get a quality quarterback.